Word.
You're on.
Yo, guys, welcome to today's podcast. Today is March 24th. This is our fourth podcast, so I do really appreciate you guys coming out and being here for that podcast. I'd like to start by introducing myself. As you guys know, I am Liddy W, which you guys happen to see me a lot. I'm so sorry for that. Next up, we have.
Taser tag. If you haven't seen me on a podcast, you haven't been watching. And then next up we have Shove It, who is a special guest, never been on the podcast before. He's going to do a little introduction of himself. Go for it, Shove It.
Alright, so if you guys haven't seen me, Shove It 2331. Probably seen that latest clip where I got chin checked by N Rocket in Scrim, so that's probably the highlight right there. But I currently reside in South Texas, have 3 kids, and that's about it. Play games in my off time.
Pete Koala.
That too.
Next up, we have my beautiful honey bun, the most beautiful thing in the world. Strange Cashew, my love, go ahead.
I'm Strange Cashew. A lot of people call me Honey Bun. Doctor Strange, Peanut. I have a lot of nicknames, so if you haven't heard any of them, then I don't know where you've been this whole time. But I play a lot of Apex. I've also seen the clip of Shove It getting kicked in the 10. We've made fun of it a couple times, but yeah, that's me.
I've never actually seen the clip. I've just heard it.
And those of you who have met Ark, he was on our first podcast. Strange Cashew is actually his wife as well. Cashew is a founder in the Discord, just like myself and Taser, and Shove It is an ambassador in the Discord. So if you guys ever need anything, all 4 of us are able and willing to help.
The chin kick heard around the world.
I do want to give a huge shout out to Silent Killer, Nerf Tax, Outlaw. I can't go up in the chat. It won't let me. PlayStation is dumb. Those are some of the few people that I did see that showed up and were the first people to get here. Thank you guys so much for coming to this podcast and being the first people there, having your notifications on, and just being willing and ready. We really do appreciate you guys. The first topics that we wanted to go into was Warzone. Warzone is the newest battle royale that came out about a week or 2 ago. Everybody's been really excited about it. I've been having a lot of fun playing it. I've been playing it a lot lately. Me, my husband, and his friends, all of my friends, we've all been just getting in there and getting dubs as much as we can. So it's one of my favorite games, personally. I've been having more fun on that than I have been on Apex. Especially without the ranking system, because ranked just makes me suffer. But some of my favorite things about Warzone, is the ability to use your custom loadout. So you don't get to start out with your custom loadouts, but if you do find
everybody's getting timed out.
Purchase. You are able to use them, and Stream Elements is better than Nightbot. I don't care what anybody says.
So what do you want me to do to undo this stuff that you did?
Just tell them, tell them 3 emotes at a time.
Once you log in, if you go down to the spam filter section, just turn off the paragraph part and turn off the first one as well. that should save everybody from not wanting to fight the bot.
This bot is being a bully.
As long as the banned words one is still on.
There's more words in there from the banned bot than there are chatters.
Wow.
Because he's Rooster's swearing, so he just continues to get banned.
Oh, shit.
We're gonna undo the banned words for now and see what he has to say.
Oh gosh.
Poor Rooster.
So we can get kind of back on topic a little bit. Wicked Mercy, yo, welcome. How are you, my darling? Welcome back.
How are you feeling?
One of the game modes that they came out with was Plunder. So can I say, normally no, but right now
there are no rules.
There are no rules. It's anarchy.
Alpha.
The bot is very, very sensitive. I actually was going through the bot, and when I was setting it up earlier, I was trying. It gives you an option where you can test the bot, and I was testing the bot, and it was just like typing a phrase with the words in it, and if you type the word without a space from the word before, it counts it as its own separate word. So, yeah.
Alpha. It is a snowflake. Definitely snowflake.
Oh my gosh, Ash! Ash is a doll, actually, so I've known her for a very long time. Welcome, darling.
Oh, okay. Somebody we know. I was scared. I thought it was
Yes,
new people.
I
New
do know
people
her. She
scare
just
me.
recently joined the Discord about a couple days ago. She's a longtime friend. She was one of my very first followers, so
A doll.
she's amazing.
Just like Alpha Rooster, a doll.
A doll. He's just a doll. You are a Barbie doll. Have you? You're like
I'm a Barbie girl. What?
You're like if Barbie created a country doll back in like the backwoods or something. It was like, welcome to America.
America. Is she hot? Are we talking about you, Alpha?
She's 16, 17 years old, so I don't know.
Yes, her temperature is very high. She's gonna get checked for that.
Oh man.
I'm gonna poke. Oh, wrong poke. Poking Cashew to make sure she's good over there. You good, Cashew? Keeping it real?
I'm
Okay.
over here
The way you're
slightly
looking at it
laughing
is you're
because
poking
Ark is
nothing.
in there raging,
I know.
and I don't know if you guys can hear him or not.
I'm sorry.
I wish
my
that we could hear
camera-
him raging in the background. That'd be dope.
Rooster, I am on my
He's
phone
raging
since
right
I no
now.
longer have my laptop, so I'm trying to prop it up. I mean, I could try putting it on top of my PlayStation and seeing if that gives you guys a better angle. But my nostril is actually pretty attractive, so
Yeah, she's got the
I don't know.
sexiest nostrils in the game.
My husband says the only reason he married me was because of my nostrils.
Ah. Mine was because of my blurry background.
Is that better? Does that give you guys like a better view?
I mean, you have a nice
So-
ceiling fan. It's very cool. I like it.
Very symmetrical. Thank you.
Is it because he's beefy? Absolutely. Ark with a
True
raid.
story. Actually, today I was on
Ark
my
is
husband's account and I was
raiding.
kind of going in and trolling people on my husband's account. And I had gone into a friend of ours, Chef's chat, and he was with a few other people in the Discord. And
Welcoming
we were all
Chaos with the
playing,
gifted
and
sub.
I'm sitting in the chat talking to them, and they're like, "Wait," and like I was talking crap, and I was like, "Cougar, you suck at this game." And then they're like, "Wait, Beefy Man, isn't that Debbie's husband?" And I was like, "No." I was like, "A goddess like her would never be with a peasant like me." and they were just laughing, and they're dying at everything that I'm saying is him. And then I was like, "How do you know I'm not Honeybun's husband?" And then, which I meant Cashew. I was like, "How do you know I'm not Honeybun's husband?" And Chef, knowing me and knowing Cashew so well, he's like, "Oh, you're not Debbie's husband because you're Debbie." And I was like, "Dang."
Also, it's now a rule that we have to have somebody on the podcast with a beard, Rooster. You've started that trend. We had to continue
yeah, unfortunately. So all of the male and maybe some female founders and ambassadors and anybody else that we have on are forced
staring
to
into my soul. Stop judging me. I'm not.
Right into your soul.
I was like low-key thinking if we had like a all-girls podcast, I would be the
Sticky
one to
Reggie,
wear
what
the fake
up?
beard on stream.
With what?
I would be
wear-
the one to wear the fake beard on stream.
I can see it.
You're like with the
I see
barber.
it.
Hold on, guys, I'm not done yet.
Nice little mustachio. Gotta get the curl. Shove, it's like, what did I sign up for? Why am I here? Oh my god. So,
He's like, "Well, I've got a beard, so."
what's this Call of Duty stuff you're talking about? Is that a game I can't win?
Oh. Yeah, I'm sorry, Taser, but it's okay. I'll help you sometime again.
Just draw the L on my forehead right now. Oh wait, I gotta do it the other way. I'll just,
One of
the whole
things
time
I
you're
wanted to
talking.
bring up- one of the things I did want to bring up was Plunder, which is it's a game mode where you go around the map and you try to collect as much cash as you can as possible, and to get to $1 million. Once a team reaches $1 million, it it starts a bonus round, which is usually about 2 to 5 minutes long. I believe it's like 2 or 3 minutes, where the cash that you earn is 1.5, or I'm sorry, 2 times as much as you normally would earn. So if you pick up a 5,000 stack, it's going to be worth 10,000. And then after the bonus round is over, whoever has the most cash after that is the winner. If nobody collects $1,000,000, you have 30 minutes to do that, which I've seen games where they can take about like 25 minutes before it happens. And then I've also played games where it takes like 5 minutes, and then all of a sudden somebody's got $1,000,000 because
Warzone
they've
kill
just
race.
destroyed. It does have a 30-minute timer. The best way to secure your money is to get a helicopter or one of the drop balloons. If you don't have those and somebody kills you, you will lose money. Absolutely will lose money. And they will be able to pick up the money and take it from you. The cool thing about it is respawns enabled. That is one of the biggest things that some people have been upset about and some people have not been upset about, is you can respawn to keep collecting money. You can also have all of your custom loadouts. So you don't have to find like custom loadouts in a box. You don't have to do any of that. You start the game out with whatever loadout you chose. Whatever loadout is custom that you've made yourself, which I think is pretty cool. I usually go with like a sniper and an AR using overkill, and that pretty much is great for the game. The only thing you got to do is find ammo, which they do give you a sufficient amount of ammo to at least take like 2-3 people out.
Oh, we
But
know
yeah, I
that,
think
Mercy.
that the respawn into the game makes it more competitive, because if you're like immediately out, I don't know, it might be easier to get wins. But I feel like if people are able to come back, it's harder to win those kind of games, especially if you're like, got all the money in the world, and a lot of people are coming after you. I think it's more fun that way.
Which is actually true, because we were playing a game, me and my husband and his friend earlier, where we were in this building and it was one of the high earners, so they had a lot of money that we would kill, and then they would respawn and they'd drop on top of us and try to take their money back. And we would just kill them again. We killed them about 3 or 4 times until finally it spawned them on the other side of the map away from us. But it does allow you to try to get your money back, or get your money back from somebody else or somewhere else. It does give you those options. I have a lot of fun playing that game. Honestly, I love Warzone. My highest kills in Warzone is, I think, solos. I got like 12 kills in solos, and I still haven't won a solos game because I'm trash.
I do. I'm not the biggest fan of Warzone, but I have played it, and I do think that it's fun as far as things that I prefer in a game. But I do think that it would be really cool if we did do a really cool tourney with Warzone, like a kill race or something. But yeah, I
Chaos
think
with a
that's
rate of
a
10.
good idea to look into.
Oh, and we've already talked a little bit about having a Warzone tournament, because it is extremely fun. There's a lot of opportunities for it. There's a lot of things, especially when you have a lobby full of 150 people. Doing a kill race, I think, would be the best. I know me, Silent, and Alpha
Dub with
Rooster, we
randoms,
played a
nice.
tournament a couple days ago. It was either, I think it was Saturday or Friday. We played in an odd man tourney, so there was two of us on a team together, and then one of us had to go to the other team and try to steal their kills. And
Hey,
it was
somebody
the
else plays
worst
Fortnite.
tournament. But it was the worst tournament I've ever played in my life. Without having your crucial third member, it kind of is tough and it sucks a lot. So we hated it a lot and we did not enjoy it. We got knocked out the first round. So we would prefer to have a kill race tourney, or like the other tourneys that we do where we do like a 2v2, like against each other, like a team v team. Um, but I wouldn't personally ever do an odd man tourney. But I do want to see more tourneys coming. I know we've been doing a lot of um,
There's talks of another
Apex,
tourney,
but
so.
yeah, we've been doing a lot of Apex tourneys as a Discord. But I'd like to move into doing more tourneys for other games as well. So COD, if we have enough people for Fortnite, look, Fortnite.
But
I
I
feel
think
like
with
COD will be where
the
it's at.
Apex tournaments, we've gotten to have the experience of how tournaments run, and we know like what to expect when hosting a tournament. So now that we can go, make our reach out to other games, it's going to be easier for us to come up with rules and how the tournament will work. So, even though we've had a lot of Apex tournaments, it's because we just really needed to have enough experience to really pull out and do other tournaments, so we know what we're doing.
And Warzone's cool. If we can, do they have custom lobbies for Warzone? Sorry, I'm not educated enough
So
in that
not
topic.
for Warzone. It is anticipated for them to come out with
Sims tournament.
private lobbies for Warzone, but it has not been guaranteed confirmed. I know COD did release statements and they said they have a lot of things planned and there's a lot of things for us to expect, and one of those was possibly having private lobbies,
Yeah.
which I think would benefit the
Now they
Discord
do for
a lot
multiplayer though,
because
right?
what's that?
They do have custom lobbies for multiplayer though, don't they?
Yes,
Just not
they have them
Warzone.
for multiplayer. They just don't have them for Warzone yet, which is why a lot of people, since COD Modern Warfare is not a free-to-play game, but Warzone is free-to-play and free to download. So that is something that everybody would be able to enjoy and be able to play. Plus, it's also cross-platform, which we have PC players, Xbox players, PS4 players. So giving us all the chance to play together and do things together, I think is perfect and the best thing for tournaments when you do have that cross-platform capabilities. It brings the Discord together a lot more. So I'd be really excited if they came out with private matches. We can host proper tournaments, and it would be a lot funner for everybody.
I just want to say that the Sims tournament is also a good idea.
A building contest?
Are we talking Sims 4 or?
Well, if any of you guys didn't know, Sims, just in general, is actually the original Battle Royale. It is a life simulation game where you basically battle to beat everybody and live longer than everybody else. So I say it's an original Battle Royale.
Sims 4
Me and my sister used to have this one Sims game where we literally just had like a whole line of dead family members, and we were just keeping the line going over and over. And it got to the point that we were so freaking rich, and we had like a butt ton of kids everywhere, and it just got literally as accessible as possible. And it was starting to get boring because you're kind of just redoing the same job.
Zombies kind of got it right there.
Yeah, but me and my sister tag teamed on it, so that's why it got so far.
Life the board game or real life?
Shove
you have
it.
to.
Who plays Sims? Really, Shove it? You're gonna call me out in the chat? You know I play Sims.
Hey, why not? You give that barf sound for Fortnite.
I just want to let you know that Sims 4 is not as good though. You cannot drown your people in the pool.
How the heck do you become rich by having dead family members?
Right?
There is so many things that factor into it. I made a family, like I was playing my game and I accidentally got pregnant twice with my husband. And I got tired of taking care of my kids, so I moved out of the house with my family. So I could live my best life.
The only game with no protection.
Yeah, and then I also deleted the household so that they didn't exist anymore. So there's a lot of things you could do. So, I was a deadbeat mom, but that's okay.
But you can do that as long as you don't do it in real life. It gives you the opportunity to do it online instead of real life.
So we did go a little bit off topic there, but that's okay.
Rage quit.
We can go back towards the Warzone angle. With the most kills, I was looking up online to try to see, who, what the highest kills is in Warzone. There is lobbies of 150. Yes. There is lobbies of 150 people, and one team got 78 kills in a game. And this was actually Call of Duty that released.
Thank you. By the way, I lost that game. I lost that game, just so you know.
They had 78 kills with 22,051 damage. It was some guys named Zeppa, Limax, and Micah.
Yeah, and they got sniped from the stadium. Somebody just headshot them from stadium and they lost. I actually don't know that. I'm just making that up.
I was actually watching a video of the longest snipe in Call of Duty, and it was like 2,951 damage, or not damage, kilometers away.
Dang.
And it was a thermal scope. Who would have guessed? But it was a thermal scope from that far away. And I just absolutely was really sad because I thought I had a really long snipe.
I now pop shot every game just to see if I get a kill. Desktop every game.
Around, I would be playing the game, I'm on top of a mountain, and I'm going to look down and see a guy like walking in circles and going pew, pew, and missing every shot. And my whole team's gonna be like,
Hey.
"Who's that?" I'm like, "That's Taser."
Joke's on you. I'll die before I even hit the ground. I'll forget to open my parachute and be taken out.
Well, I hope they clip that when that happens because
it's happened more
Rooster
than once.
and everybody else has clipped every pancake that has ever happened to me, and it makes me very sad inside. And if you guys have any experiences that you do want to talk about with COD or Warzone, don't be afraid to put them in the chat. We would love to hear about your experiences, any questions you have, anything you want to know about the game. I know I may not be an expert, but at least from my experience, I can give you the knowledge that I do have.
But she'll at least tell you she's an expert.
Okay.
Hey, I would have to say in Plunder, instead of calling in the helicopter is going to let everyone know that you're trying to extract money. Personally, I would like the deployable balloons. Not too many people know this or do know it, but the deployable balloons are usable time after time. You just
So
got to
glad
let
that
them
got shared.
recharge.
They
So-
are. They're you can find them on the ground in chests. You can also find them in buy stations. They cost $30,000 for one, and each balloon holds $150,000 in it. So you can continue to buy them until your whole team drops them. I prefer to go to the banks just because it does attract a lot of attention, and I'm an aggressive player. So I like to go to the banks to have a lot of attention and bring people to me, and then I steal their money because I'm mean.
Nice.
But if you're more of a passive player, I would say, like Shove It said, go to the banks and buy the balloons or find the balloons around the area.
They do
Hi.
go.
Hoodie,
Bad thing
what's
about
good?
the balloons, they do go away if you die, though.
Dang.
Yes. And they don't stay until you fill them up either. I believe they last 15 seconds before they disappear and they fly up in the air. They cannot be destroyed by an enemy team, so an enemy team cannot shoot them down or
Yes, they
take
can.
money that's out of them. Really? Because I've tried blowing them up and they don't work. It has not worked
No.
for me.
No, it popped up on my screen. I don't know if it was while it was still on the ground, but it said the balloon has been destroyed.
I would like to know.
Dang.
I want to see that actually because I'm curious now. I'm gonna try to get as many grenade launchers as I can to destroy the balloons. Maybe it was because I tried to destroy my own balloon. That might have been the thing
Probably.
too.
Yeah.
It could just not be like your own team can't destroy it. That'd be kind of pointless.
Yeah. Be a waste of money.
Right. COD does have an updates that are coming out. They should have already actually dropped. For regular Modern Warfare, they dropped a new 6v6 map as well as a new operator. His name is Talon. He's pretty cool looking. I thought he was kind of like a gruff character. That dropped at 10 p.m. Pacific time today, which should have been about 1 a.m. Pacific time. And then they also dropped 4 new weapons for Warzone at 11 p.m. Pacific time, which should be happening right about now. So soon. 2 a.m. Eastern time. It should be in about an hour, actually. The weapons, they're not brand new weapons that have never been in the game, but before they were only, the rarities were a lot higher. So you can only find them blues or higher, but they're now going to be in common and uncommons. So the 7.25, which is the double barrel shotgun, you can find in a chest. You can find it on the ground, as well as the Mark II carbine, which is a
Canadian.
marksman rifle. The .50 GS, which is the Deagle. You can find those on the ground now, as well as the EBR-14. That's another semi-automatic marksman rifle. So you'll be able to find those on the ground now. Before you couldn't. You can only find them in crates, in the special crates, and they were only blue rarity or higher. So they'll be lower rarities with less attachments on them.
Hey.
Is he Canadian, Silent? He's from Canada?
Let's go, Canada.
Canadian.
But yeah, the characters should have already dropped by now around this time. You should see that update. And then the 4 new weapons are going to be dropping in about an hour. Normally they drop them early in the morning, but they released that it was going to be PM instead of AM today. They were trying something new, seeing what it's like to drop something later in the day because they're.
What up, Hoodie, you sexy thing?
I
Full-time
tell
Hoodie
you
Wolf.
that, there's a lot of characters that I want, but I'm just not willing to put the money into it.
What is
so
it?
if you'd like- Go ahead, shove it.
The price, is it like the standard price?
Yeah, it should be the standard price.
Whack.
It didn't release how much it was going to cost, but I believe it's going to be the standard price. Which challenge should be available even now because it's, I believe, I'm about an hour away from that time.
Wait, is it
Ken,
already?
Go ahead.
Oh, go ahead. No, I was gonna say it's not available yet.
It should be available now, actually, for the character and the new map. But
looking.
the weapons won't be available for another hour.
Good, they can keep that 725 shotgun.
Don't mind me.
I'm excited to see more Warzone tournaments come out, Zombie. I would like to participate in more of them.
Puppy.
I know Rancherito was talking about a tournament this Friday. That's supposed to be happening.
I have to cut you off. There's a puppy on stream.
That dog's cuter than my dog. Come here, Rudy. Come here. He's gonna pee on
my
me.
dogs are in bed.
Oh.
It's puppy time.
Ew! Stop! You're peeing! Ew!
Clip it. She just got peed on. Who hasn't clipped that?
If you pick him up, he pees.
Outlaw, where you at? Clip it.
Good boy.
My dog only does that when she gets picked up by people she doesn't know.
She does that even with us. Like, I had a delivery guy come by one time with some pizza, and I opened the door and he ran out, and the guy thought he was the cutest thing in the world. He's like, "Oh my god, your dog's so cute. Let me help you get him," because he wasn't running out. He was just hanging out with the person. He picks him up and Rudy peed on him. And he's like, "Oh, he peed on me," and I'm like, "I am so sorry." I was like, "Now I have to give him a good tip." Oh god.
It's okay. I pee on people too when I get nervous.
I'm sorry, Taser. I'm sorry for your wife.
Poor thing.
Maybe that was what attracted her to you. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know. I always thought it was my.
Like I had to pay her to go on another date with me.
I always thought it was my good looks, but I guess that's not it.
I would get my other dog, but she is so attention needy. Once I tell her to come over here, she's not gonna leave.
You know what's funny though, Hoodie? I'm the only one not on a cell phone right now. If that makes you more concerned.
Jovin's on a phone too?
Yup.
Everyone here's on a phone except for me, and I'm the one that looks like I'm in portrait mode.
Everybody's looking up my nostril, which is extremely uncomfortable. But if I do it a certain way, is that better?
Yeah, that looks a little bit better.
You not see up my nose?
Now you look like you're Skyping into your college class.
Oh, sweet. Because I mean, I know I have a nice nostrils, but
I mean, we obviously love you for your nostrils.
It's the only reason we're friends.
That's it. I am posing. What do you mean?
He is posing, dude. He's got that
I got no
glow
pose
going
though.
on. The next thing we can go into is actually Apex, which Apex just came out with their ranked series split, which every season is going to be 3 months long, and about 6 weeks into the season, they're going to do a ranked split. Split 1 is going to be on World's Edge, and it'll be the first 6 weeks of every season, and then Split 2 will be on Kings Canyon, but this is only for ranked. So casual games right now are on World's Edge. So you won't be able to play Kings Canyon. If you want to play Kings Canyon, you have to play ranked, which I believe is completely unfair, but I understand where they're coming from. They want more people to play ranked. The other thing with that, too, is your rank will drop by 1.5 times. So, for instance, I was Plat 2 before the rank split happened. It dropped me down from Plat 2 to Gold 4. So it'll go down 2 ranked sections, so Plat 2 to Plat 4, and then 1 whole tier down to Gold 4. So if you were Gold 1, you would go down to Gold 3, and then you'd go down to Silver 3. And that would be what your rank would be after each split. Now, whatever your rank ends, in Split 2 is what your rank will be recognized in the next season as what you got there.
That's the only thing I have right now. He's very concerned that he's...
It'll be a total of 6 ranks. 1 tier and 2 regular ranks, but it is a total of 6 ranks is what it'll go down in the split. I think they should only go down 4 ranks because in the normal, when the season ends, it actually drops you down 2 tiers is what it does. So if you were Diamond 1, you're going to go down to Gold 1. So it pretty much drops you 2 tiers down completely. So it's only missing that extra half, which is so close to basically starting a new season. They should only do 4, in my opinion.
I really like that they started over though, because when World's Edge came out, it was like you had different people coming in and you had different players who were better at that map. So now that they're bringing Kings, it's like they're trying to give everyone a fair chance, because for me, I am so much better in Kings than I ever will be in Worlds. So it's like I have the chance to start over in rank and really show my full potential. I can finally see how far I can actually go as far as like playing ranked in Kings. When I first started playing Apex, I didn't get to play ranked when Kings was out the first time because I started so late and I was trying to learn to play the game. By the time I learned to play the game like fully, where I was actually good at the game, World Dead came out. So the only rank that I've ever played really is World Dead. So I do think that it's like a fair chance for everybody. I know that everybody's kind of upset because they, made it all the way to Diamond or Masters or Fred, and now they have to start over towards the bottom. But like, if you're that good at the game that you got that far, you could totally do it again.
Yeah, I'm not upset about having the option to play in Kings Canyon. So, I mean, I was burned out with ranked on World's Edge. It was boring. I got to the point where I'm like, I can't move up, and I'm like, this is just not fun anymore. So I'm like, I'll just wait until Kings Canyon comes out, and then I'll start playing. So, I mean, the
honestly,
opportunity to do that is good.
I was playing ranked earlier with quite a few people, and everybody was just having a great time in silver gold lobbies. Like, it's just so much easier, and it's like a kind of like a time to just relax after like grinding all the way to diamond and plat. So I don't know. I'm just like, I'm kind of happy that we got to play in easier lobbies before it gets to more of the sweatier area. Cause
Yeah. Oh yeah, I'm gonna have the real easy lobbies.
Butt kicked earlier today in Kings Canyon. Me,
Hoodie
Ranch,
with the
Pistra,
sub,
and
thank you.
AJ were trying so hard in Kings Canyon, and we were just. It was just not working for us. And oh my gosh, Hoodie Wolf, thank you so much for that subscription. We appreciate that so much. Thank you, Hoodie.
We appreciate you.
One thing I do want to remind you guys is with this season's dive trails and charms that are going to be coming out. So the dive trails, the charms will stay. You should still be able to use the charms. I believe it's just the dive trails. If you get dive trails this season, not season 1 or 2, you will always have those. But season 3, if you get a dive trail this season, you'll be able to use it in season 4. But in season 5, you will not have access to that dive trail again. The next time you'll be able to use season 3's dive trail is going to be season 6, I believe, is what it'll be. Or season 7 is when you'll be able to use it. It's sometime next year. During season 7 is when that dive trail will be available again for you to get. But every season that you get a dive trail, you can only use it for 1 season and then it's gone.
See, I think that's kind of fair, only because like there was a lot of people who became Preds in like season 1 or season 2 technically, because rank didn't start till about season 2. But it's also like they're probably not Pred this season, so it's kind of just like, if you just hang on to that Pred diving trail, you may not be an actual Pred anymore, except for that 1 season that you did play.
Yeah.
And it gives more people the option to come back and try again, because once people gain something and they gain the highest thing that they can obtain, they get bored. They're like, oh, well, I got here, I got what I wanted, and now I get to use it whenever I want. But that's not fun anymore. But having them be forced to have to earn it every season back just to be able to use it again is something that a lot of people are going to be wanting to use. So you're going to see a lot of, in season 5, when season 5 comes out, you're going to see a lot of people using season 1 and season 2's dive trails for Diamond and Predator, because they no longer have access to any of the other season's dive trails because they have to earn it again. So you're going to be seeing that Thunder and that Smoke dive trail coming in a lot during that season because you have to earn it again.
I want to dive naked. I don't think that's a possibility.
What's that?
Hoodie says he wants to dive naked. I don't think that's a I mean, if you have the Mirage skin, you're basically naked.
I can just see because like in Sims, when somebody like gets naked to take a shower, it just
Is it
blurs
blurred?
out. They're like necking down, so somebody's just diving down with like a blurred out body running across your screen.
I do think that it does suck though because
and a
you're
juice
just
drink.
getting on to play and you're in Diamond and King, but you want to get on and warm up first. You can't warm up in pubs because it's going to be in World's Edge. So
That was one thing I thought was an issue with it was there's a lot of people that I know who have never played ranked before. They played it maybe once or twice or not at all, and they didn't like it, and they just wanted to play ranked, or they just wanted to play pubs. That's all they like to play. They think ranked is too sweaty. They just want to relax, but they hate World's Edge more than anything. They want to play Kings Canyon. They're not going to play Kings Canyon just to play it. Like just to play that map, they won't play ranked.
Yeah, I mean, I will just to play that map.
Leave the game. I get the idea for them was to bring more people into ranked, but it's not a good like strategy when you want to make sure you keep those people who were excited about it. And I don't know why they released Kings Canyon last week or the week before. Like a week before they released it in ranked, it just didn't make sense as a limited time mode.
No, I think they were just trying to fill in a void for something to be there while you waited.
Boosting numbers.
Shove it. Shove it. Do you have any input on that?
Lost forgiveness. If you leave the ranked game, you get a lost forgiveness penalty. So you will lose twice the amount of RP that it costs to get in the game. Now, I know that a lot of people, they have issues with their game crashing and losing RP. When I first started this new season of Season 3 of Ranked, my game crashed probably about 13 times in 3 days of the game coming out. And a little birdie told me that if I deleted people on my friends list, it would help. I had like 530 friends on my friends list that I didn't even talk to, I didn't even play with, I don't even remember half those people. I dropped my friends list down to about 97 is where I put my friends list at, and my game has not crashed since. So if you lower the amount of friends, go through all the ones you don't play with, delete as many as you can, drop it to about 200 or less, your game should crash less frequently so that none of that will happen. Also, dashboarding. There was a big dashboarding issue last season, which a lot of people still don't realize is going to happen. If you dashboard this season, you'll still get those ranked points. Your team will get that loss forgiveness, but they will not get Predator next season. If you get Predator or you get Master or Diamond or anything this season, whatever rank you get this season, and you end with, and anybody on your team was dashboarding over after so many times, next season it won't even acknowledge that you got that ranked.
I dashboard for the win.
Acknowledge that you got there. You'll lose all of that you just worked for. It'll be over. So I would recommend not doing that. That's just a reminder to not do that for rank. Plus, it kind of hurts your team as well when they're only playing with one other person. It's a detriment to the team. Who's this chef guy?
Dashboard to gold. Hey, Shove it. Do you have any input on Apex?
Gold, chef, I'm so sorry for you.
So on the charms thing, I'm pretty sure I read somewhere. So if you guys were to finish split, let's say the first split you finish gold, and then on the second half of the split you finish platinum, you're gonna get the higher charm, which is gonna be platinum. But let's say if you finish platinum in both split 1 and split 2, instead of being a static charm, it should be an animated charm.
Oh, nice.
So
I'll get a gold one then?
For those that earn their way back to where they were before, is what he's basically saying. Is it'll be something that'll look a little bit fresher and new and cooler.
Nice.
My camera's falling. You guys are looking at my nostril again.
Dang. Yeah, I haven't gotten the chance to play the new ranked yet. It obviously comes out when I go to work, so I never even played it yet. I'll probably definitely be playing most of the day tomorrow, or at least the morning tomorrow. So I'll have valid input then. But I always love Kings Canyon, so as sweaty as it's gonna be, I'll still like it better than World's Edge. So
a problem I had with Kings Canyon today is the lack of ammo that I could find. I don't know how many times I had a heavy weapon, and I could not find heavy ammo at all whatsoever. I was struggling for a good 2 to 3 hours in every game that I played. I could not find ammo.
Now,
It
what
was
map
it's
is it,
almost
though?
like they put a
Garbage.
ton of light ammo, but just not enough heavy ammo.
And
It's
I
insane.
noticed a lot of energy as well, which is it's like they're promoting the 99 and the Havoc.
Yeah.
What map
Like,
are
and
they
they're-
using?
What's up?
What map are
Season
they
2.
using? So is it
Season 2. The Wraith.
Okay, so that is in there because they
Yeah,
Yeah,
released
Octane,
the
Wraith,
Void
yeah.
is still in there, the
Okay.
portal.
Because they had
Yeah.
used the other one at one point with no weapons and no armor, so I wanted to see if that's the same RNG they had.
And it sucks because I love the flatline hemlock on the Kings Canyon, but woo, it's just so hard to find ammo.
So
Right,
today,
I love using the Prowler. That's my baby. And now it's forcing me to use the worst gun in the game, which is the R301. Lou.
Used to be my favorite gun.
That's her favorite gun, so I love to just make her sad inside.
I was 30199 all the time. Go ahead, shove it.
I said I got lucky today. Actually playing Kings Canyon in ranked, was able to hoard 450 rounds of heavy. It's out there. You just
Ooh.
gotta
So
get
that's
it
why I
from
don't
the right
have heavy
spots.
ammo. It's because you're taking it, Shove.
Shove
God
it,
damn it.
got it. He still has it right now.
Hey,
I'm
gotta
gonna
put
start
that.
stream sniping you just so I can find out where you find all this ammo.
Gotta put that
Oh, Shove
gold
got
backpack to
450,
use.
guys. He's over
We're gonna
here.
be gonna watch his stream just to see where he's landing to find all the heavy ammo.
Rocket's
Okay,
not the
once
only
the best
loot
can take
goblin.
it back. Facts.
One thing that I experienced when I was playing Warzone, me, Silent Alpha, can tell you all about the worst game we played in our lives. We were popping off like crazy. We had kills, we had damage, we had guns, we had everything we needed. It was going great. Rooster dies, wasn't a big deal because me and Silent were doing awesome. We had it, you know?
Rooster
We get
dies.
to this part and it gets to the end circle and it's closing on us, and there's a team that was the last squad alive, only one guy against two people who both have a gas mask on. And this guy is on top of a building, and the zone is coming in on him, so he gets hit from the zone first before we got hit. We're sitting in the circle, we're not even touched by the zone yet, and it's closing, and we down the guy while he's in the zone. He had a self-revive, and he picks himself up and then used a syringe and won the game, and we died to the zone.
Ooh, tough
We
luck.
were the most we literally, so we down the guy and we're like, GG's boys, it's over, it's great. We're like, let's go. And Rooster's like, yes, guys, you got this. We're like, why is he not dying yet? He's not dead. What is happening? Why does this exist? And then it says number 2. And I about threw my controller at my monitor and wanted to just uninstall.
Never play a
and
game.
walk away.
Uninstall. Uninstall.
Yeah,
Hard
I
uninstall.
couldn't do it anymore. I was so done. I was like, I can't do this. This is worse than Apex. This is worse than dying to somebody else in a lifeline back when Lifeline's drone didn't disappear in the zone, and they would just camp with a gold backpack, the Lifeline, and then just heal in a building for 7 hours. It was
Throwback.
worse than that experience. Okay, it was so bad. I wanted to cry. We worked so hard. It's so much harder to get wins with that game than it is in Apex. Yeah, Blue was actually there when that happened. Oh my gosh,
No.
it was.
Yeah, that's why you always gotta finish.
Well, we couldn't. He was on top of a roof, so
Oh.
and we didn't have any throwables or anything. So we just assumed since we haven't even been
Strats.
touched by the zone, that he
Strats.
would die first. You know.
Oh, that's the other thing about COD 2. The throwables multiplayer and playing Warzone, the throw is totally different. So if you're expecting it, chucking it halfway through the map, no. In Warzone, it only goes 10 feet.
They actually make it real life.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you throw it straight up, it just falls back down on you. So
Yep, pretty much.
You're not gonna experience that in Apex, where if you throw it straight up, it's got that line that tells you where it's gonna go. That'll just help you out. It's just gonna be oh, you want to kill yourself today? That's fine.
I'll blow up right above your head.
I was actually having issues in Apex today because I was trying to get my rank to reset. So usually when it does that reset of the ranks, you have to play one game for it to reset your rank back to what you actually are. And in order for me to play with ranch, I had to reset it because we were playing with somebody in silver and it kept saying I was still in plat. So I go to play one game and it still didn't reset. I had to play about 10 games before it actually reset on me and finally put me in gold. But I play a casual game because I think that's how I'm going to reset my rank. And I'm like, cool, I'm going to play this casual game. And I was like, but I'm going to die as soon as I can. I'm going to do everything I can to die and not survive.
And that's how you win.
But my team would not let me die. They would be looting a building and I'd run across the map and I'd come across a whole squad who drops me to like one health, one drop, and then all of a sudden my team swoops in and knocks out the whole team. And I was like, bro, I'm trying to kill myself right now. Just let me go.
Just let me go.
It's over. And I ended up getting second place that game.
Of course.
And I had like 8 kills.
And it doesn't matter.
Yeah, I was like, why? This is the game, the one game I'm trying to die, all of a sudden I get this close to
I get good.
like, I have the best team in the world. Like, what is this? Who are these randoms? You should have just let me go off and die.
Sending friend invites right now.
Well, you know how you'll play a game and you got a random and you're like, why are you going in there? Why are you going into this fight?
That was you.
Back out. Yeah, that was who I was, that random. And my team was like, oh yeah, random, you're so great. Let's go with you. You know, like.
No, leave me. Survive.
I was like, oh my gosh, this is the worst thing. And then Ranch is just laughing, like him and his friend were just laughing at me, and I was like, okay, whatever. This season sucks. I still haven't reached the top of the battle pass either. I think I'm at like 60 or 70 right now. Have any of you guys completed it yet?
I won't. I never do it.
I think I got like
The
9
battle pass for Apex.
No, almost done with it.
Yeah, I don't even know where I'm at.
I think Art just finished it today. I think he finished it completely today.
He did.
Shocking.
I remember I saw that when I was trolling people on my husband's account. I saw that.
Yeah, I'm sitting at 83 right now.
I have no idea. I don't even have my PlayStation fired up.
Okay, Blue, you sweat.
I'm a level 104. Easy claps.
You guys can see my blonde coming out. Oh no.
You can't see anything. I'm bald right now. Prove I'm not.
I dyed my hair for a reason.
My hair's in a bun, so y'all can't see it.
Shove it is too.
The last time I put my hair in a ponytail was close to like 6-7 months ago. I don't put my hair up ever. I have a big forehead.
I'm trying to break the habit of putting my hair in a bun, but.
So does anybody have any questions about either Call of Duty or Apex? Anything we missed? Anything you want to talk about?
Let me check my notebook of notes here. I think we're pretty much burned out when it comes to those.
Yeah.
I know with Warzone and the custom loadouts, a lot of people tend to use overkill on their custom loadout. One thing I can recommend is you can use overkill. It's not a big deal, but it's kind of a pointless perk in Warzone. There is so many opportunities for you to pick up a gun that is already fully kitted out, that the game dropped for you or an enemy dropped for you. So before I even find a loadout drop, I usually find an AR that I can use thoroughly. So I'll find a blue, a purple, or a gold AR in a box or from somebody we killed, and then I'll just get a sniper. So you automatically already get your overkill basically. So you can use something else that is more beneficial when it comes to that specific perk.
Yeah.
I use High Alert because it'll let me know when somebody is staring at me. It gives me a chance to have the one-up, so I don't get sniped out of nowhere or nothing crazy happens. It gives you that better opportunity. A lot of people use other things. For my first perk, I know my husband, he likes to use kill chain, which normally the way kill chain would work in a regular game is the more kills that you get, it gives you one less slot or point. It makes you have to get one less kill in order to get that specific what are they called? like a UAV or something like that. I forgot what they're called.
Kill streaks.
Kill
Yeah.
streak. So yeah, duh. So it gives you one less chance to get a kill streak, so where you don't have to get as many kills. But in Warzone, obviously you don't get kill streaks by getting kills. You pick up the kill streaks off the ground or you buy them. If you have kill chain enabled, it gives you a higher probability of when you open a chest to find a kill chain in that chest. So you'll have higher probabilities. And he likes to use the kill streaks all the time. So he uses
Don't
that.
blame him.
I personally use cold-blooded thermal scopes, which are really big in this game. Everybody uses thermal scopes. I personally don't because I don't like them. It's ugly. But you'll see so many times you'll die to a thermal scope. If you have cold-blooded on, they cannot see you with the thermal scope.
Nice.
It also stops you from being detected by a lot of other things as well. So heartbeat sensors, they can't see you with a heartbeat sensor, which heartbeat sensor is completely amazing. I love the heartbeat sensor. It works really, really well in a game, especially if you're trying to figure out what direction you're going to find that enemy. So I use cold-blooded for that one, and then I believe it's tune up is what I use for the third perk, which allows you to revive your teammates 25% faster.
Nice.
So I find that to be a very useful one, is to be able to pick up your teammates so quickly. So those are the 3 perks that I would recommend, but of course you can try any perks that you want. Some of them don't do anything in Warzone. They pretty much just don't have any specialties or anything specific that they do. So I would just be mindful of that. I know some people use tracker to follow footsteps. I feel like that can be a little bit too much when it comes to there, but also very helpful at the same time. So it depends on what you kind of prefer and what your preferences are. So I would just go through every single one, read them, try things out, change them up between different classes, see what you like to use, see what you don't like to use. Smokes are really good in this game. Because since the only thing is really like thermal scopes on ARs and snipers, but you don't really see it on ARs as much as you do on the sniper rifles. I personally hate thermal scopes. They're just ugly to look at. You also, if you have a window that is not broken and you have a thermal scope on, you can't really see out that window. It acts as a barrier to your thermal scope, so you have to break the window, which makes it to where people can see you. When a window's not broken and you're not using a thermal, you have a better chance to look out there and see people without them seeing you first. So I usually find that as something that's a lot easier as a cover, is to not break the window until you have a perfect for sure shot, is usually what I try to do. But again, it's all about personal preference. But if you are new to the game like Taser or Cashew, those would be something that I would recommend for you to get and for you to use.
Hey, so to correct you on that, cold-blooded, you can be picked up with heartbeat sensor, but with cold-blooded, it does not trigger the high alert warning. Ghost is the one that you won't be detected
Well, it actually
with
specifically
heartbeat.
says no. Ghost in the cold-blooded, it does say heartbeat sensor.
No, it doesn't. I'm looking at it right now.
That's just what every time I've ever had cold-blooded, I've never been detected by a heartbeat sensor.
Oh, then you're using Ghost then, because
I don't use Ghost because I don't
Ghost
like
has.
to get detected by thermals. That's the main reason I use cold-blooded, is for thermal.
Oh. I run both.
I know a lot
Run
of
both of them. Hide from everybody.
Yeah, run them all.
Protection.
just use what I mean. Like I said, use whatever you guys are comfortable with. Like look at it thoroughly. Because, I might have the wrong information.
I do wish they were more. I wish they were more descriptive on what it does for Warzone, because when you go to look at the perks, it just explains what it does for multiplayer. So you're always like,
what it'll say for
I don't
Warzone,
fucking know what that means.
If you select Warzone and then you select the perk, it'll say what it does, and then underneath it, it'll be an orange. It'll say Warzone only,
Yeah.
and that's what it does in Warzone. If it doesn't say Warzone only, it means it doesn't really affect.
Because all the ones I've seen had said like, or you can't use in Warzone. I don't know if it was a glitch at the time, but they all said they don't work in Warzone. All the perks at one point. So.
It might have been just when it first came out, but I never really experienced that. Usually, like, there is a couple perks on there that don't say anything about Warzone at all. It basically just does the same thing. I think EOD is one of them, where it does the same thing as it does in regular multiplayer than in Warzone. Like, for tune-up, usually in multiplayer for tune-up, Like your stopping power rounds and your dead silence will come back quicker if you have tune-up on. But in Warzone, instead of that, since you don't automatically get those, you have to find them. What it does instead is it revives your teammates 25% faster, is the difference that it does in Warzone. So it'll tell you if there's a difference in the game, which is why you could use it in some things. I believe that, I'm not sure which perk it is. I don't know if you have that ready, Shove It. But there is a perk that you can use. I watched a video on it today where if somebody has like a claymore or a proximity mine and they place it on the ground, if you get close enough to it without dying, you can hack that. You can hack that specific lethal and
So
use it
that
against your enemies.
that perk used to be, I believe it used to be EOD. It is now, ever since Warzone came out and it updated, it is now called Spotter.
Spotter. So I watched a clip where a team was sitting on a roof, and they had about 4 claymores and a proximity mine on a door to take out somebody instantly. A guy got close enough to the door without triggering it. He hacked all of them, and now it became his utilities to use. And then he baited the entire team to open up that door because they thought that it's their utilities. They placed it. So they walked up to it, and they all died. He squad wiped them from hacking their abilities. Now that can be very useful if you're sitting in downtown or hospital or somewhere where people are camping, but it's not something that you'll have the chance to use all the time. It's usually if you're pretty good at sneaking up on people without them realizing that you're there, which is what happened in his case. Is he snuck up on the whole team. Which I think those are cool because you always have, in some kind of game, you always have like things with special abilities. So in COD, you have your perks, you have your kill streaks and stuff like that. In Apex, you've got their ultimates and their passive abilities, and I forgot what that other ability is called, tactical abilities. So they
Yeah,
all
that
have some
other
special
ability.
things that you do. They've all got little specialness to them. They all
So
have their own added.
if anybody has any questions in general in the chat, just start posting them. That way we can answer them as we go. So
I'm
just get
kind
it
of
in there to
rambling
get
on
going.
here, and
Yeah. And I don't know if anybody has anything other game wise. I mean, and we do talk a lot about Apex and a lot about Call of Duty. We tend to miss other subjects. So if anybody in chat has anything specific they want to talk about or want to hear about, we can always look into it. I know Shove It plays some Fortnite. So I don't know what's new. I'm a baby in Fortnite. I've played a couple games recently, but
I have not played Fortnite since season 5 because it's horrible. So if
but I know
you
Shove It's
know
been working on
anything
the
of the
battle
adult
pass.
Shove It,
So
please let everybody know.
All right, so that's the last time I'm gonna buy 3 battle passes. But I guess the new things in Fortnite as there's no more traps, so all those spike ceilings or spike floors, those are not in there anymore. Helicopters they did introduce into the game can only fly in them. You can't shoot rockets or anything like that. I guess there was one season where they had
You got 4
airplanes and it had
legends in one
guns and
stream.
rockets. So, but the boats are still the same too, where you can shoot rockets, cruise them down the street, and just take out squads, firing rockets everywhere. So,
I
but I
don't know.
think
I was
everyone,
playing Fortnite with Chevy a couple of days ago, and I was having a really good time playing it. And when somebody rolls up on a boat and runs over the building you're looting, and you clap them, that's the greatest feeling ever.
I've been having a
I
lot of
just
fun with
can't get into
Fortnite as well.
Fortnite anymore. Since I haven't played it for so long, trying to get back into the whole building aspect when everybody is already masters at it, it's just really hard.
Well, it's not even the fact you don't have to be a good builder to be a good player, because the point is that if they build all the way up, either you're gonna knock down their builds and let them die to
That's what I
fall
do.
damage, or just stay under there until they jump down. Like, there's no reason to camp all the way on the top of the build
Yeah.
when you're not build outing. Like,
And your
you're just
building ability comes back as you play. I concentrated when
Right.
I got back into it. I concentrated on shooting and whatnot and looting. And then just as you get into more fights, you start building better than you started. So I mean, I had fun. Me, Shove It, Joker, and Robot played the one night, and we were having a blast just killing people and winning. I don't know, it was a fun time. It's a nice little break from stressing out in Apex and getting angry all the time to just be able to relax and be like, okay, I suck at this game, but it's okay because I just started playing, and I haven't been, playing since day one. So it's nice to have that little relaxing break, and it's a change of pace. So
Yeah, when before I used to play on Xbox. I used to play Fortnite with Ark when we were not when we were like first started dating,
one v
but
one me.
when we started like living with each other and stuff. We played Fortnite a lot, and he got out of boot camp, and I like introduced it to him. We played it so much as a couple. Like we were always playing Fortnite. And then he got tired of Fortnite because they were bringing stuff in, like you know vehicles and stuff, and he was just getting tired of it. So he moved to Apex. I stayed on Fortnite, but it's just I wish I could like show some like old clips or something because me and Ark used to be the freaking duo. We would kill it in Fortnite.
We'll have to
But
check out Bleeding Edge. I've never even heard of it. I need to set up the podcast a little bit better so I can do clips, which I'm sure I could, but I'm not going to try it tonight.
You just have to transfer whatever you're looking and put it over everything that you're watching.
Yeah.
It's kind of a little
Yeah.
I thought Overwatch was 6v6, not 4v4. But isn't Bleeding Edge that new game that they came out with like the characters? They have like abilities, but it's kind of like a weird looking game. But
Impossible.
everybody's been like hyping it up
it
like
literally
crazy.
looks like a mix of Destiny and Overwatch to me.
Yeah, that's kind of what I was looking at when I was looking at it too.
You get a special shout out for that one.
Fallen Trooper, hi.
Thank you for coming and hanging out. As
Well,
Debbie's spitting lines right now because she's glitching out.
I'm glitching?
Your voice was for a minute there. It was kind of cool.
Oh no. I'm just gonna like kick my husband off the internet real quick. I
Yeah,
got
just
you
boot
guys.
him. Kick him right out. Yeah, like Sheva was saying, I don't know. There's a lot of changes to Fortnite. I mean, I don't even know if I could go through a list of them just because I've only played so many games of it. But like I said, they've done a lot since. Basically, they went and listened to their like community, and they started making things bad in the first season. Like when Ark quit, they started really getting bad because I played a lot before then too, and it just not. It started not being fun. So they basically just crashed the game and just started back and started over based on what the community said. And now they're starting to get back to the point where they're fucking things up again. But they went back to basics and basically created the same game but listened to what everybody had to say and they're tweaking it. So it was nice to go back into it and just be like, okay, this is a fun game again. Like it's nice knowing that they listened to it.
I stopped playing Fortnite just because, like, I stopped in season 5 because they were just adding way too much too often. Like, every week, something changed.
Yeah, it was constant
something was
updates
added,
every
something was
week.
gone. It was like every week was a different game, and I just, as much as like I tried to follow it and I tried to enjoy it, I could not enjoy it anymore. So I stopped playing it, and then like about a few months ago, they came out with Prop Hunt on Fortnite, and I love Prop Hunt in COD. It was always one of my favorite things to play. The only time I would get on actual COD was to play Prop Hunt. So I went to play it on Fortnite, and I could barely even navigate the screens to find what I was looking for. I was
Yeah,
like,
they've
what is
changed
this
that a lot.
competitive stuff? What is this? Like, it was just so much was happening that I tried to play Prop Hunt. I couldn't
You
get
wouldn't
into
like
it,
it
and I
now.
just closed the app and deleted it. Like, I just couldn't do it. It was too much. Not to mention, I also got my butt kicked by, like, my 13-year-old nephew.
Yeah, a lot of kids on there.
Me. Or cousin, not nephew. Oh, shit. But, yeah, that scared me when you get your butt kicked by somebody who has barely even been alive long enough to know how to play a video game.
So Dead by Daylight I know nothing about. Never played it, never downloaded it, know nothing about it.
I love Dead by Daylight. It is a really fun game. It's basically where there is somebody will play as like some kind of monster who is there to kill you, and everybody else will play as regular characters. There's 4 total, and then 1 killer, and you have to try to escape. There's little like generators that they have to try to turn on the generators and get them working, in order to open the gates. In order to get out and escape from the monsters. I had a lot of fun playing it with friends before, they do have custom lobbies there as well, so that's actually fun too. Is getting custom lobbies.
Debbie sounds like auto-tune.
Is my mic really messing up that bad?
It did
I'm
for a little
so
bit, but it
sorry.
looks like you fixed it.
I didn't do nothing.
Now it's Shove It's turn to glitch out a little.
Yeah.
So it's a Team Koala. We've got 2 members of the greatest team in the world right now during this podcast. So I'm just saying.
Letting you have your moment in the spotlight.
We've already created. So if you get on my team, you have to sign a blood binding contract.
That's weird. I don't believe Shove It did that.
The contract states that in a month's time, we are going to take over the entire Discord and create a coup d'etat that's going to take over the Discord and win everything. Shove It was the first person to volunteer. He's all, I'll give you my blood, Debbie. And he signed it like I just wanted him to prick his finger and, print it out. He was like, no, have it all.
You wouldn't be the first person that's tried to take over the Discord. It's kind of boring now at this point.
He's like, Debbie, out of everybody,
I
expect you to be the one to take it over.
I did see Unpluggable in the Discord. I did see that he joined.
Who?
Hoodie was talking about pre-gaming, linking up and chatting with us. Unpluggable is one of the founders of pre-gaming. It's
I saw that too.
Esports league. It's actually a big name, especially Twitter and the gaming universe.
I see a lot of pre on Twitter.
Yeah, he's one of the founders. He's a pretty cool guy. Unpluggable. It just got plugged. No, he's pretty cool. I haven't had too many conversations with him, just mostly on Twitter, back and forth. A couple people in our Discord are from pre-gaming. Hey?
What? Read what it says. Oh, hold on, you can't. So it says current hype train conductor.
Oh, so you started a hype train.
I don't know if it's because I started it or maybe because I have the most in chat. Anyone can beat me in hype train emotes?
I don't think I can. I only have like 3 or 4. But I'm on the wrong one anyway.
Emotes. I've never actually participated in a hype train, but I've been there when one happened. And I guess it gave me the emotes for it.
Yeah, I think I have 3 or 4. Yo,
yeah,
Brown Wolf, what's good? Oh, look at that, Team Viper.
I got 12.
Team Koala, that's all I have to say is we're the best team ever. We're the cutest animal in the world. Not to mention we have a unique image compared to everybody else.
I mean, yeah. Image. What team is Cashew on? What are you the leader of? Oh, there we go. There we go. That's what I was waiting for.
Every time I see Team Black Widow, I always think of Widowmaker off Overwatch. She's a sniper on Overwatch that I love to play, and I'm like, nope, it's a Black Widow like a spider.
I just want to say, even though we only have 4 members, I have like 10 different personalities. So technically we have 14 people in our group.
Yeah,
so...
perfect. What else do you need?
I was watching this video on TikTok that this guy
Sweaty Snowman.
Him and his girlfriend did a video and they had like playing cards and they're like to see who's the most messed up, and they're like, oh, I have this, I have that, and then he's like, he said,
we'll entertain you, Wolf.
I wish that people had multiple personalities, and she goes, well, I'm schizophrenic, so I have multiple personalities. And I was like, oh my god. And then he's like, well, I have an imaginary friend named Bongo. And she goes, you know Bongo?
Oh my god.
These people are crazy. There was a funny little meme I saw on Facebook that said, one of the symptoms to coronavirus is shortness of breath. And every time I walk up to the top of the staircase, I think I have the virus, but then I realize I'm just fat. And that is me in an entire post. Every time. You're like, oh, well, I've just gained weight this time. Brown Samuel's here. Yeah.
So anybody, I don't know if anybody saw, but there's a few new releases that came out for video games that I see that people are excited about. I see the one for Bleeding Edge, which came out, what's today? Came out yesterday. Um, let's see, Saints Row comes out March 27th. I don't know if anybody's ever played that. I mean, I'm
Doom just came out on the 19th.
yeah, I see that Doom was
And,
it says March 20th.
well, it came out the night. It was supposed to be released on the 20th, but they released it the 19th, and then they released Animal Crossing the 20th because originally they had the same date, and because of the coronavirus, they were expecting a lot of people to be at like GameStop and all the stores and stuff at the same time. And because of the coronavirus, they didn't want everybody to be there at the same time and to have like these insane amount of crowds. So they ended up releasing it a day early because of that.
I ended up getting, not gonna lie, I ended up getting Animal Crossing. It's a good game. I like it. I enjoy it a lot.
My sister got it.
It's a nice little relaxing. It's honestly, it's a nice little relaxing game if you're used to playing the battle royales and stuff like that, where you're stressing all the time. It's nice to just be able to sit there and relax. And I have the Switch, the cheap one, the light one, so it doesn't. It's not the console. It's like one console. So it's just nice to be able to relax on my couch and be able to play and not think about, having to win a battle royale. What is this?
True.
They have an Iron Man virtual reality coming to PlayStation in May. Like that sounds like it would be pretty fun. Not gonna lie. The Last of Us Part 2? What?
I know Shovit is our special guest for this podcast. And I know you talked a little bit about yourself earlier when you first came in, but we do have some new people here in the chat who have just arrived again, like Blue, Hoodie, Joker, and Emily, who weren't there originally from the start. So if you'd like, you can kind of give your spiel, maybe go a little bit more in depth with the chat about, what got you started on playing games.
And what got you in the 6-4?
What got me into 6-4? All right, so what got me into 6-4, and I didn't realize this, but I met Bayou Falcon playing Apex like first month, and I noticed while watching him, I didn't know he streamed. I just started looking up names, random names. I'm not a stalker, and I was like, oh, cool. And then everyone else, I started looking up their names too, and Rocket, Ark.
Yes.
Chef.
Yes, Hoodie.
Everybody, and I was like, pretty cool. So continued. I followed those. Started following those guys, and I was like, who's this other person? Followed them too. Always looking for like months. I think it was like 3 or 4 months before I actually got invited into the 6-4. And come to find out, the people I was looking the most happened to be the founders. So I want to say thank you guys for inviting me into this wonderful community.
Whoa, I've been stalking you for like 3 months now. No way.
And what drew you in, Cashew?
Wait, what was that?
I said, what drew you to the 6-4? Before, I'm pretty sure you were in before it was the 6-4.
Well, I was actually friends with a lot of the people before I joined the 6-4, and around the time that I joined, I actually held my birthday scrims for what was the 6-4, and we all had a really good time with
last
this.
year, right?
What?
That was last year in September, right?
Not my last birthday, but the birthday before that, I think.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, and then next thing I know, Ark was just like, well, yeah, here's the Discord link. You have to join the Discord. And I'm like, okay. And then next day I was a founder, and I'm just like, well, hey.
Yeah, I think back then it was like
promotion.
It was like the Rocket Barrage. I was in there for that, and then it was Code Leaf. I remember that.
And they were like, you did such a good job on scrims. We would love to have like your input and all that kind of stuff. And I'm just like, okay, well,
and
this
honestly,
is what I got.
Honestly, just for dealing with Ark, that instantly promotes you. I mean, if you have to deal with him, you can handle anything.
But I had originally met everyone when Ark left for 2 weeks and he couldn't stream. So he asked me if I could stream for him so he didn't lose any of his progress. And I remember I was like playing solo. I was like doing terrible. And I remember Chef coming in Arc stream and he was just like, "Hey, you're Arc's wife?" And I'm just like, "Yeah." I was like, "Want to play some games with me?" And he was like, "Sure." And then, bam. And then I met Brown Wolf and Cougar and then everybody else along the way. So.
That's how you join the Discord.
Yeah, mine all started by Rocket kicking my box.
It's
And
true.
then you guys invited me into the Discord. And about, I think it was about a month later, all of a sudden a bunch of new channels opened up for me. And there was like 17 notifications in one specific channel. And it was like, "Welcome, Debbie. We're all going to make you a founder." And I was like, "Do I even have a choice?" And they're like, "No,
No, apparently not.
you're a founder now." And I was like, "Okay."
I love it. I love it though. When I first met Lady Debbie, she was in Arc stream and she kept messing with him about his audio. And Arc was getting like low key upset because like, there was just no way for him to fix it. He didn't have the best like equipment
Oh, that
back
microphone.
then. And I went in there and I was,
She was
just
so
like
mean to me.
I was like, "Girl, you need to chill, like or I'm gonna ban you." And it's just so
Well,
funny
I was
looking
like-
back at it now. We're like wifeys and best friends.
Well,
I would-
originally I was just letting him know about what was going on with his audio, and then he was like, "Was that better?" And I was like, "No, it still needs to be fixed." I don't remember exactly what was happening. There was just something like completely bad about it, and he kept trying to fix it, and it wasn't working. And I was like, "It's fine. It's no big deal, but it is kind of, tough because it was really bad at
He
the
needs
time."
Yeah.
he needs to
During
fix his
that
audio
stream.
now. He's still got
Yeah.
low volume. Like I don't know what's
He needs to
happening.
just
He gets a
turn his
microphone.
off.
Like
It just always seems like the game is louder than him.
I
Or
was-
like if he's playing with other people, they're louder than him, and it's just like it's hard. I don't know, like if it's just the microphone that he has.
I was in with him. I was in his stream today, and I'm like, I had my computer volume all the way up and Twitch chat all the way up. I was like, I could not hear him. I mean, it's still better than the other microphone, which sounded like he had it in his butt. But
Oh no, the microphone he started out with, you could hardly hear him ever.
Yeah.
Yeah, but with that interaction, I was like, I don't really like Art's wife. She's kind of,
she's
busy.
mean.
And I was like, I don't really like her. And then about a month later, we started having more conversations with each other because I wasn't gonna hold that one impression against
I mean,
her.
it's
'Cause that's not
literally
fair.
audio issues. We're not gonna hold
Right.
that against each
And
other.
I was like, I'll just be iffy around her, And then I don't know, like a month later, she was wifey and honey bun, and
I don't
think
even
it
know how
started
it started
because
either. Just one day we were just like, you know what, you guys suck, and this is my wife.
yeah, like I was playing a game with somebody else.
Shove it. Why am I nobody's
She
honey
was
bun?
playing with Cougar.
I just want to know this.
Oh no, man.
I feel
your
left out.
mom's nurse. Yeah, she was playing with all of them, and they were the champions, and they whooped our butts by third partying the crap out of us. And I was like, wow, Cashew. So I remember going into Nurse's stream and being like, wow, you guys completely destroyed us after third partying. That's so mean. And Cashew was just laughing at me, and they were all laughing at us, and it was just, we started
Don't
talking
worry.
outside.
Don't worry. My one experience with scrims, I got to destroy Cashew with a devotion. It was the one time I get to play in scrims. And I actually got a devotion, and I got to kill her, and I don't even know who was playing.
It's so
It was
crazy
raging.
because every time I'm in scrims and I go up against Rocket's team, I laser Rocket, and of course he's Pathfinder, so he gets away, and then his teammates come and they freaking destroy me, and I never get to freaking finish Rocket off.
Yeah.
See, Rocket's plan of attack is get noticed by enemy, run from enemy, team kills enemy, loot enemy boxes before team loots enemy boxes. that's the play.
I got Cashew, and I one tap raging, and then Emily was already down. So.
Well, Taser, you were playing really good that night too because you were hitting your wingman shots, and
Oh yeah.
I was like,
Taser hitting shots.
I know.
And wingman.
Once a month. Once a month, I'm good. No, that was a good game. That was a good game.
I don't think I've ever actually gone against either or any of you, all three of you. I don't think think I've ever played against. Like, we played against each other, but we've never found each other in a game.
Yeah.
Because I know that I've never killed any of you
I
guys.
only found Cashew because Raging said he wanted to 1v1 me, and I had to beat him. So that's the only reason we found him.
Well, there was a one night in scrims where Cashew was playing in the scrims for a little while, and every time I saw Bangalore, I was like, "That's Cashew, that's Cashew, that's Cashew." And then if I saw a Watson, I was like, "That's Emily, that's Emily." Like,
yeah.
I just assumed.
Everybody
See,
gets rage
that's
mode
the
when they
thing,
see that
'cause
Watson.
I'm a Bangalore main, so when I play scrims, I try to play other legends. So they're like, "Oh, if that's Bangalore, it's gotta be Cashew." And then
I do that
like I'm
sometimes.
actually the ranked on the team, so you guys are thinking you're pushing me, but you're probably actually pushing Chef or something.
Right.
Well, if you're playing with Breezy, I know that she's always Bangalore, and every time I see her, I run the other way because if she's got anything better than a white armor and if she only had a P2020 in white armor, she'd probably still screw me up with a gold armor and a fully purpled R99 or something. She would destroy me, and so every time I see her running her little Bangalore, I'm like, no, I'm running that way. Get away from me. Go away.
Oh yeah, Baby Blue. We were in, I think it was Refinery, and I had no weapon, and my teammates were shooting at her, and I go and I try to punch her to hit the last shot, and I thought I had actually missed, but I knocked Baby Blue, and I can't remember if somebody had thirsted her, and I think I picked up her P2020, and I got PJ, I think is who it was, and oh my god, that was the most intense moment ever, and I felt terrible because I had to punch Baby Blue to get a weapon.
So one of the other things I do want to bring up is scrims, just because it's been a hot topic in conversation in general. Um, we are changing some things up as we go. I know this week it was hosted by Drusev, like it usually is, but I think going forward we're rotating host. So I know the next scrims should be, I believe it's going to be Emily that'll host them, just to kind of change up the atmosphere along with it. Because I think this week's scrims went pretty well, from what I understand. I didn't get a chance to watch any of it.
I didn't participate. I was playing Sims.
But we're trying to make it so that it's appealing to everybody, and that everybody gets a different taste, because different hosts bring different things. So having the rotating host will be nice. I think this week they followed the rule of only one predator per team as a predator captain. I don't know. There was only 4 teams this time, I think. But it seemed like people that played had fun. I didn't hear any complaints, and nothing got back to us.
And
or at
yes,
least not to me.
scrims will continue to be Monday nights at 8 p.m. Eastern time. So regardless of who is hosting the scrims, the date and the time will not change.
Yeah.
So it may start a little bit earlier, or maybe 10 minutes later than it normally would, but you'll still see them at the same time, same day, every week.
And you will get announcements.
Yes, we will still continue to announce
one of the things I'd like to see moving forward would be I'd like to try to start maybe a Call of Duty scrims night. Maybe we can have somebody do that. I can't lead scrims because I obviously don't have time. By the time I get home from work, it's already midnight at my house. So, I mean, if we get an interested host for COD scrims that can be put into the works, be nice to see, since I'd say at least half our people moved over to COD.
Which I think would be a nice thing to do, is to do Apex scrims and then also do COD scrims. Yeah. I know there's a lot of people who would want to host those kind of scrims as well.
So if we find a good host,
would be held
then yes.
on different days as well. So that way, if you're not going to be worried about every scrims being Monday night, you can play Apex Monday night scrims, and then maybe Wednesday or Friday you can play COD scrims or something. So that way, you're getting a chance to be able to play multiple games.
Yeah, so no, we didn't. We decided to get away from 2 nights for scrims, just so we didn't overload people with Apex, because we just didn't want people to get worn out from playing it. So whenever we get a host for COD scrims, then they can pick a night, and we'll decide. It'll definitely not be Monday. That'll be the only night it won't be, for sure.
Yes.
So
Which I think scrims would be fun, but it's a matter of also learning about the lobby system. So making sure we can even, because servers are not as easy to change on COD than they are on there as well. But the cool part is it is cross-platform, so that's a plus. But it's going to be harder to get in each other's games.
yeah,
Hopefully
we
they do
may
come
have to
out with
do.
private matches soon.
We
If
may
they come
have to
out with
do like a
private,
kill race style.
yeah, it might have to be that. Also, I mean, if they come out with private matches, we'll be able to just host our own lobbies. Even if they do like Fortnite does, where you have to get like so many viewers or whatever to be able to host private matches. I'm sure the 6-4 would be capable of doing that, to be able to get access to private lobbies as a community, which would be super awesome and super great for everybody. So I can see that in our future is making sure we have an equal balance between the two games, since they are the hot topic of the community. But if you guys, like we said earlier, if you want to see any more games that you want us to talk about, I love to do research. So I know you were talking about, I think it was called Blood Edge, if I'm correct. We can try to look up some information about that game. I don't know if it's a free to play game or not, but if it is, I'll download it and try it myself.
And Fallen Troopers, if you're in the Discord, I don't know if you're in our Discord or not. I know you're in the Berserk one, but if you're in our Discord, Apex Scrims are every Monday night. You're welcome to join up. They have their own channel, and going forward, we may get other scrims involved down the road if people are interested. And speaking of Berserk, one of the things that they're having some trouble right now. This coronavirus actually really shut down their system. Basically, they have no way to ship anything, and they have no way of Sim4 scrims, so they can't get product out. Which what that means for the Discord is that we no longer have our sponsor supply. So right now we don't get what we normally get because they can't get it to us. They can't deliver it, so we're not going to get our supply to do our giveaways this month, unless they get a shipping department online. But I know they've been really struggling to get by. So I know Berserk's really hitting bad with this virus, as is just about every person or business. So moving forward, that's just one of the roadblocks we run into. Another thing is we have people in the group that have been getting sick, so hopefully everybody gets well and gets through what's going on, and hopefully it's not long term.
Chaos with the Sims 4 scrims. It would probably about who can get their character to die the fastest. Which I can tell you the fastest way to kill your character is to destroy the fridge or the dishwasher and try to repair it without mopping your floor first, and you will die of electrocution.
Perfect. Keys to winning.
I was lucky enough to save my game before I did that, before my character died, so
hard reset. So do we have any questions going forward in the group? Anything to do with the Discord? Anything anybody else wants to talk about? I don't know if we talked. Did we talk about the tourney? I think we did. What? We did talk about the tourney.
I have a question for Cashew. How did you get so beautiful?
Well, you see, my mom and my dad, they
Chaos with the gifted sub to Cashew.
Thank you so much, Rockme!
Aw, Cashew, thank you so much for that sub to the community. You're so awesome. Oh, those emotes are so cute. I love Mew. I love Mew so much.
I'm so happy I got a gifted sub in her channel because everyone was telling me that she had Pokemon emotes. And I wanted them so bad, and then I just had her looked up one day, and I guess somebody gave me a gifted sub.
Valkyrie?
Hey Breezy, what's up?
Is that Valkyrie's channel or?
No, her name is Sparkles, I think.
Oh, I have a Pokemon tattoo on my ankle. It's a Vaporeon. So cute.
I thought you were about to show your ankle.
No.
I was like, ankle cam. OnlyFans.com right here.
Just talking about you. That's my literal tattoo.
See? It's a vapor yacht.
That's my
I
tattoo.
have literally the whole collection.
So I mean, it is getting pretty late here, guys. I know it's about 11:30, 11:40 for me.
Yeah,
Not sure
1:30
what
for
time
me.
it is for you guys. Oh, Baby Blue, thank you
Droppy.
so much for that sub. That's so amazing.
Droppy gifted the tier 1 sub to Baby Blue. Thank you for the gifted
How's
sub.
showing up with on
Because
my end?
it's just going to show Droppy just gifted another one to A Breezy.
Let's go.
Oh my gosh, Droppy! Thank you so much.
So we are
That's freaking
definitely going to be
awesome.
looking for somebody to raid. So we want to do that. So if anybody knows,
Absolutely. If there is anybody that you guys know in or outside of the Discord who is not affiliated, that is our biggest thing we like to do. If there is anybody that you guys know who's not affiliated, put their link in the chat. And if they are streaming right now, we will give them a big raid. The most frequent name that we see is pretty much who are going to host. I'm not sure if you guys are adding Droppy because he's streaming right now, or
no,
not.
Droppy's not showing up in the group.
I
So
know
our
I
non-affiliates
can't
right
access
now.
Discord right now, but if you guys are able to see who in the Discord is non-affiliated.
So our non-affiliates right now are the Mr. Fuzzy. Actually, he's affiliated. He's affiliated.
I didn't click their name because it doesn't always update automatically. Sometimes it can take like a month before their name actually changes.
So Kazion is definitely non-affiliated, and Run DMC is also non-affiliated.
Hi, Ark.
Hi, 6'4".
I know that. Hey, Ark, what's up?
Are y'all raiding?
We're about ready to raid. So it just in.
Let's see. Some names I see right here: Run DC, Kazion, and Mr. Fuzzy.
The Mr. Fuzzy is he's affiliated. It just hasn't changed.
Okay, well I like all three of those. So all three of those are good bets.
So we've got Kazion and obviously Run DMC.
And then if you want to raid someone special, I'll get back on.
Well, then we wouldn't raid you.
Can we unraid?
Can somebody ban him for self-promotion?
Yeah, we actually allow that in this one.
remove founder.
So just in closing and the group, obviously I am Taser Tag. Anything you guys need, you can reach out to any of the founders, which is obviously the three of us here, plus Rocket, Chef, and Welcoming Chaos, and
Ark as well.
And Ark, whatever Ark, and then and then Shove It here is one of the community ambassadors, so I'm sure would love to reach out and talk to you. I know everybody's going through their struggles right now, and even if just having somebody to talk to can help you get through the time of being stuck home with your family and not being able to escape. So feel free to reach out to any of us, join any of the streams, talk to us. If you ever need anything, we love to talk, we love to support, whatever that means. So make sure you're reaching out if you need us. And Debbie, anything for you to close out?
And if you guys just, you're having just personal problems and there's just something you want to just get off your chest and you just need somebody to talk to, any of us are here to talk to you. If you're ever like at that breaking point where you can't sleep and you've got so much on your mind and somebody happens to be online, I know I wouldn't mind you sending me a message and just talking. You just need somebody to talk to. We are here for you. And if you know that you're not in a healthy mind state and you need somebody to just clear your mind and give you some advice, we may not be psychologists or counselors or anything like that. We will do our best to help you and be there for you as a person. So don't be afraid to reach out to any of the founders or even the ambassadors such as Shove It. We are all here for you as a family because that's what a family does. They look out for each other in their worst times and their best times, and we're here for it all. So don't be afraid to reach out to us.
I actually am going to college for psychology, though. Just to point that out.
Oh yeah, she's like deep in your mind there too. So like I said, reach out to any of us. We're a family as a whole, and that's what we want to be. Is we always want to be there for you when you need us the most and when you don't need us. Yeah. So don't be afraid.
And also, there's you could have these do with like streaming wise. Like 90% of the time, people think that they can't talk about what's going on with them with streaming because they don't want to self promote. They don't want to seem like they're just trying to get attention. If you're having issues with streaming, if you don't understand how to put up overlays or anything, if you're just confused about anything, just come. You can personally message any of us, and we can help you find answers. We want to help people as much as possible with streaming. We don't want you guys to be lost. A lot of people will see in the community is um, self promoting, but at the same time, like if you were to just come to us personally and ask, we wouldn't take it to offense. But we just want everybody to become successful in streaming. So just don't be afraid of that either. If you ever have a question, don't hesitate to ask in the Discord or just personally asking someone. Even if you feel like you're self promoting or somebody's saying that you are, don't hesitate. Like we'll let you know if you're self promoting or if it's allowed. So just don't be
Right.
afraid.
And like she said, most of us, all of us founders, actually, in fact, we're all affiliated, and we've been streaming for close to a year or even more than a year longer. And if you just want us, send us a message and be like, hey, I'm only getting 2 to 3 viewers. Do you think you can stop by my stream on this day at this time and just watch for maybe a good 30 minutes? Tell me what I'm doing wrong, what you think I can fix, how I can progress and do better. And we're able to help you with all that. Maybe it's just the way that you're communicating with your chat, or maybe it's just the way that you personally have people who you play with that aren't as pleasant to watch alongside you.
Yeah.
We will definitely give you our honest opinion and help you with any advice that you need to progress. So that's what we're here for, is to help you with your streams and help you in any kind of way that you need. So don't be afraid to ask us for any kind of help or anything else like that. Like she said, not just about your mental health, but also, in stuff that you're trying to do with your stream. We're definitely here for you guys no matter what. Genus McDungus.
Genus McDungus. I love that name. Best name in the game. And Shove It, do you have anything in closing you want to say before we head out?
No, sir. I'm all good.
You're all good. Thank you for joining us, Shove It. We always appreciate it. The podcasts are always we have this guideline that we use to do a podcast. But to be honest with you, I think this morning the only one I knew that was going to be here was me. So it was we just we throw it together and we kind of get everybody in together at the last minute. And then it makes for a fun show, so why not? Come by, watch us.
Luckily, Art woke me up in time, or else I would have been asleep.
We would have had a live stream of Cashew sleeping.
So in closing, I do want to thank Cashew, Shove It, Taser, everybody who came by, Rocket, Troopers, Reggie, Billy Ray, Chaos, Baby Blue, Wolf, Hoodie, all of these people and wonderful amazing names. I know there's so many more names. Thank you guys all for stopping by, showing your support tonight, being here, just being you. Next podcast, it will be on, I don't have the date on me, but we will be doing a podcast every Tuesday night. It'll be 10 p.m. Mountain Time, 9 p.m. Pacific, or it'll be 12 a.m.
Which is way too confusing.
Eastern Time. It's really confusing when we think 12 a.m., so we've tried to come up with a little something different.
Hey, Breezy.
And Breezy. So, thank you guys all for stopping by and being here and just being you, and we really appreciate you. We will see you guys all next Tuesday at 10 p.m. on Mountain Time. Thank you for the videos, Chaos. And I do hope you guys have a wonderful, wonderful night.
And let's go support Run DMC. Show him some love.
Yeah, let's give him a raid and show him some love.
So we are going to be heading there now. Catch you guys later.